What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Pit Life Barbecue Podcast. Coming to you live from the Uncle Steve Shake Studios in Center Bonstead, New Hampshire. Welcome back, guys. Sorry about last week. I got the old, whatever you want to call it, the bug, the flu, virus, whatever the hell it was, but I couldn't say 2 or 3 words without having a coughing fit. So, sorry we had to miss it. Sorry for the late notice on it, but appreciate you all. But we're going to come back in full form. We are coming to you tonight with my boy, Randy Salinas of Big Salinas Barbecue in the house. Randy, what is up, my brother?
Nothing much, man. Enjoying this nice little weather we got here in Texas while we can.
Yeah, what you got going on?
Temperatures drop. Nothing.
So what do you mean by temperatures drop?
So here it's like 40s and then it goes up to 60s, so it's not really cold yet.
Okay.
It's one of those things where you have to go when you wake up in the morning, you're wearing a jacket, but then in the afternoon you're in shorts, t-shirt, you're fine. But then, your temperatures are going to drop at some point, probably sometime early January. You know how us Texas weather people are.
Okay.
30s, we're inside. So that's what I mean.
So you got a New England fall, early New England winter. Hop in the truck in the morning, it's the heat. Hop in the truck in the afternoon, it's the air conditioner.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
Yeah, we've actually had some pretty good weather. We had a good cold front come through last week, but past 2 days we got up to like 50 in the by like 1, 2 in the afternoon. So it's been pretty good. Cannot complain. We had some snow last week, and that's all gone now. But it's New England. What the hell do you expect? It's middle of the summer.
You keep that snow up north. Because when it snows here, it ices and nobody knows how to drive here.
4 high, let it fly, baby. Trust me, if it works here, it's going to work down there.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's down there. That's the problem, you guys, because you guys, you're not prepared for it because it's not a top priority because very rarely does it. We got places that you just see the mountains of the rock salt and the sand.
Yep.
That all the town and highway patrols setups, so we can easily roll trucks in there and there's sand and salt on the road and we're good to go.
Yeah, clear everything out. Yeah, here they're not prepared for sure. They'll use some kind of rock salt or sand, something on the highways, but that's mainly it. But if you live in a small town, you got to go, to DFW to work. You don't know what you're driving on. You're going to get that black ice.
Nice. It's all right.
Yep.
So, brother, what has been going on with you?
Man, since we were on last, we've come out with some new rubs, as you can see over my shoulder. So now we have, 7 rubs and 4 sauces.
Okay.
So those who didn't know, we do have a couple of competition rubs, our Ribdemption, Cowabunga rub. Those are 2 of our staples that we use in competitions every time. Then we're working on a chicken brine as well. Some teams have used it. We're kind of testing it out, so you can probably find it online here and there on our website. Like I said, we're still testing it out, still trying to perfect that part of it.
Nice.
That's mainly it. We're just working on rubs, working on sauces, trying to get better competition wise, trying to get back out there so we can get that tough chicken call or non-chicken call, I should say, from the Royal.
Yeah. We'll get into that. But yeah, so like I said, I got the ones here, we got the porker rub, the hot porker, the holy garlic, and the and the no bull.
Yep.
Then you got the peach sauce here. Then you got your regular.
Yeah, we got a regular sauce, a spicy sauce, our spicy peach. Like I said, the Redemption, and then our Cowabunga rub.
Now, how long has the Redemption and the Cowabunga, been in the works? How long did it take you to get it to where you say, okay, I can bottle it and send it out?
Probably a couple months for the Redemption. Just because a lot of it was just kind of bases that I already had. And then kind of mixing some other stuff, trying to get it, taste right out of the bottle first, and then testing it. So then some people, so that one didn't really take long. It was the Cowabunga rub that did take quite a while. Because some of the ones I did make first didn't come out very good. Too much of, let's say, Worcestershire sauce or too much soy sauce powder in there. Not enough this, not enough that. So trying to perfect it, and then sometimes you get that bitter taste off of it. So just trying to get that nice, good course of pepper in there as well, and not overpower it with salt. Because I think there's a lot of rubs out there that got too much salt that you have to dial back with something that's pepper heavy.
Yeah. There's one SPG in particular. I won't say the name, but it's a highly rated one of the top dogs, if you will, and absolutely love every single rub of theirs. And but the SPG that everybody swears by, too much salt for me.
Yep.
And it's like, wow, because it's one of those, literally everybody swears it, and I hit it. I did a steak up with it once. That was it. SPG, boom, flip it. Took the first bite. It's like, I might as well felt like I bit into a salt block.
Yeah.
It's like, what the hell happened here? Then I'm trying to think, did I go a little too heavy? Watching videos and stuff of when they're using this, it's the regular shaking on it. Yeah. So it's like, I don't think I went heavy on it. You never know. So it was literally take another steak. It got into some beautiful research and development at the time. Another steak went a little lighter, just in case I did go heavy. Same thing. It was just way too salt for me. But like yours, your holy garlic there, that's perfect as for that base. Not too salty, not too peppery, not too it's a wonderful, nice well-balanced blend. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. And sometimes what I was talking to someone a couple of weeks ago about, seasonings. And a lot of times people will kind of see videos and they'll see, okay, I seasoned it with, this bottle of SPG or this bottle of, beef rub. But then you look at the outcome of it, it's going to be 9 out of 10 times. Usually it's going to be something else added to it that they're not going to tell you.
Yeah.
And most of the time when you have those salt heavy SPG rubs, they're adding something else, whether it be additional pepper on there, some kind of something else to kind of take away that salt flavor of it. But they're not going to tell you because they want to swear by it. Which is, that's fine. And some people love having, a lot of salt in it. I don't.
No, just enough that you get that, like you said, you get that nice even mix. Yep. But I don't want it to be just, instant. Where's my drink? It's one of those just complete, biting into a lemon type thing.
Yeah, you're having to test your sodium levels. Like my sodium levels just went sky high.
Yeah, absolutely. Don't go to the doctor for a month. But yeah, okay. So a couple months now. Are you mixing the stuff, or you got a full-time co-packer now?
I do got a full time co-packer on most of it. On some of it, I'm still doing myself because I mean, cost wise, and I'll tell people that will hit me up saying, "Hey, I'm interested in trying to do my own thing." I'll tell them cost wise to start out, it's best to do it yourself.
Hmm.
If you can afford, thousands of dollars to go and get someone to do it, go for it. Uh, but cost wise, it's better to do it yourself. If you have, commercial kitchen, uh, you can definitely do everything, save you some money because it gets high, especially when you're making the labels. I get constantly emails from my label company for the sauces saying, "Hey, we're having to raise it up because this. So we're having to raise it up now because of that." And you can't account for those things. And then you add in the seasoning. Sometimes the seasoning cost goes up on it, and
Hmm.
it's one of those things. It's a balancing act. So it's cost wise, it's best to do some of them myself. So
Now you still road warrior in it? Push, going to the small shops, and
yep.
you got a pretty good stable now of retail locations carrying your products.
Yeah, we. I don't remember how many we have. I know it's like maybe 15, 20 of them. Um, a lot of them here in Texas. Some of them in Midwest. Um, but yeah, definitely. If it's like, I'll tell the stores, hey, you're in driving distance, or if I'm off, I'll definitely drive it to you. Got no problem with it. But if it's something, hey, I need it this weekend and it's a Wednesday, then the best for me, is to ship it.
Hmm.
So 9 out of 10 times, I'll just pay the shipping out of my own pocket. So I'd like to charge them standard flat fee on it, just so that way, hey, if I can get their cost, it's going to help them in the long run. But yeah, definitely still doing it. I make trips to Houston every now and then, Waco every now and then. I made one, I think the last year or the year before, going to Pampa to deliver stuff to a store and judge one of their cook-offs. So definitely, I'm not shy to drive. If I'm off, I'll drive. Got no problem with it because that's where some of the best thinking goes on. When you're in the car by yourself, you're like, "Huh, that's a good idea for a rub right there. Let me write that
Oh,
down when I get to stop."
oh, absolutely. Because like you said, when I finally had the opportunity to actually, you know, meet you and Junior face to face with the pit, that was a 30-hour behind the wheel drive.
Oh
There was a
yeah,
lot of thinking of recipes and what the hell am I going to cook first and all that,
yeah.
but yeah, you get that wheel time, and you can come up with some doozies for sure.
Oh yeah. You can, and definitely, especially if you're doing like going to competition, you can figure out your timeline before you even get there.
Hmm.
Especially if hey, I want to try this, let me try that. So sometimes if I change or tweak something at a competition, it's me changing it on the drive there, or just sitting there waiting on Friday night, saying, let me just try this and see.
Hmm.
Sometimes it helps, and sometimes it hurts me. Most of the time, it hurts me, which generally
Yeah.
tell you that too.
But actually, speaking of Junior, where is this boy?
I guess he had a Christmas party. I don't know. He's
He's got
he's
a
a Yeah.
Christmas party instead of coming on and having some fun. Man, we see where the priorities are, Randy.
Yeah, he's got his own things going. Definitely, I don't rag on him too much.
Yeah,
That's brotherly love, as you can say. But yeah, he's got some things he's working on, uh, and personal things that he's working on trying to get better at. So definitely, uh, you know, hey, sometimes he's got to have some fun. So I'm all for him if he wants to have a Christmas party. But hey, my Christmas
absolutely.
party is that Christmas Eve, and that's it.
That's it. Yeah, no, I'm just Junior. I'm just joking with you,
No, he's
because he
not.
had he had messaged, maybe a little bit. Like you said, brotherly love. Um,
Yeah.
he had hit me up, and I'm like, yo, let's get something recorded. I still got a couple weeks here, just where everything falls
Yeah.
in with Christmas and the New Year's coming, and I'm not really worried too much about New Year's. That's New Year's Day. There's not the whole hell of a lot going on that one.
No.
But obviously, we're actually doing this Saturday night for Monday, and then the following Monday is Christmas Day. So I don't know if I'll might record a little something. Maybe later on this week we'll just go live and put the link out there and open up a couple bottles and see what the hell happens and throw that out for the entertainment for the folks. But no, he
Get a bunch of group of people together and see what
oh
happens.
yeah, see what kind of chaos we can see if we can't break the internet. But he's like, oh yeah. He goes, get in touch with Randy. So I got in touch with you, and then he messaged me. He's like, yo, what were you thinking? I go, oh, it works perfect. For everybody on Saturday, because I got to work, because I've been going in up at 3:00 in the morning now for the packages. So it's like, okay, Saturday would work, because Sunday night, okay, we could do that, cut it a little close on that end, but whatever. I didn't really care. But when you said Saturday, I'm like, perfect. Then he goes, damn it, I got a Christmas party I got to go to. I go, don't show up, man, or show up late. He goes, I can't. I go, why? He goes, it's at my house. I go, you got a Christmas party at your house and you forgot. But we're just having some fun with you, Junior. We love you, brother. We love you, wish you were here. We'll do it again.
Definitely.
Get the big three on there together. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the rubs and seasons and sauces are going good. The comp, we'll get into the comps. All right, I'll just go there. How are you doing with everything? With everything that's gone on this year, it's been a tough year for you and your family. A lot of the listeners know, because we sent the thoughts and prayers out to all of you when Dad had passed. How you guys doing?
Well, I can't speak for Junior on that end, but me personally doing okay. All I'd say I was doing better up until last week.
Yeah.
But overall, just kind of finding those things to keep our mind, at least keep my mind busy and keeping doing what he would want. So I kind of tell people, I'm in the garage doing some projects or doing things around the house because I know he would do it. That's kind of like my time, kind of being with him somewhat, and kind of keeping his legacy alive in this household, I would say.
Yep.
Now, definitely it may be a little tough Christmas Eve and Christmas Day,
Yeah.
especially for our mom. But like I said, definitely was doing fine up until what was it, Monday? Monday, when my dog died.
Yeah.
I gotta tell people, my family, I knew it when I went to work that it was probably the last time I was going to see her because she's old, almost 12 years old. She's been depressed since he died. And it's one of those things that what, it was tough, but they're back together now. She loved him, and as much as he wouldn't tell you, he loved that dog. He loved that dog. So
Yeah.
up until this week, it's been real good. But hey, there's nothing you can do. You just gotta go on and
Yeah.
keep
Yeah.
doing things they would want you to do.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Like I said, I lost Mom 5 years ago, and especially that first Christmas is strange. You don't exactly know what to do.
Yep.
Even though it's a natural, celebration, you don't want. You almost watch yourself. I found, at least with me, didn't want to be too down. Also, didn't want to be too high.
Yeah.
to piss somebody else off, or why you having fun, you know it's a weird time, but yeah, you get through it. Son of a bitch, I got this one fly thing,
Like he's flying around.
and I don't know how the hell he's still alive, because really at this point of the year, I'm only down here to do the show. Son of a bitch. So it gets cold down here. So the only like 2 or 3 hour window of warmth down here is when I'm here doing the show now. Once the winter hit,
That's it.
and he's still flying around, the little bastard. I don't know, but sorry for the distraction, folks. Um, but yeah, it'll be, the first one's a weird time, and and you need to you know you need to give me a call. Don't matter what time, brother. I'm here for
And
you.
see, and like what I tell Junior and my family is, right now, since I work Sunday through Wednesday, like Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, I'm at work. Christmas Eve, I'll come home. We'll open presents, eat, which they'll probably be already eaten before I got there, which is no problem, no big deal, right? And then we'll spend a couple hours together, and then I'll go to sleep and go Christmas Day. I'm working, so I have something to keep my mind busy.
Hmm.
I'm more concerned about our mom, but we've done told our sister, if you're not doing nothing, come over here and spend the day with her, or she'll go over to her sisters, and so she's got family she can be around. But that's certainly something that's going to be tough for her because she'll be here by herself on that holiday.
Yeah.
Um, but she's prepared mentally for it. But you never know.
You never know what the hell's going to happen, for
Yeah.
sure, for sure. You know, but you know, your dad was you, Junior, and your dad were the was is the Big Salinas barbecue competition team.
Yeah, it was us
So
three, and then our nephew Mason,
Mason,
who's in Oklahoma State. But most of the competitions, it was always just us three. Um, and then, of course, people would show up Saturday. But most of the time, when we go somewhere, it was just us three hanging out, making fun of each other, drinking some beer, and talking. That's it. So yeah, definitely, it was just mainly us three.
yeah. Now, before we get to the big one, how did the competition season go for you guys? Did you step back a little bit this year with because of some of the catering stuff you had going on, or work got in the way, or did you kind of do what you normally do competition wise,
So
numbers?
this year we've done normally what we've done past couple of years, I would say, which is like just two or three.
Hmm.
Because past couple of years, COVID or stuff
Yeah.
has come up with. This year we did take a step back from a lot of it because the situation that what our dad was going through, and then his passing, and me kind of being trying to keep my mom busy. Um, so we've only done what, three this year, three or four. Uh, yeah, I think four. Um, but yeah, most of the time, on a good year when nothing's happened and we can rock and roll every weekend, not every weekend, but majority of it, it's like eight to 10.
Hmm.
Just because the cost wise, work wise, trying to save our time for family vacations, this and that. Um, but yeah, we kind of took a step back this year, but I mean, overall, competition wise, this year was pretty good. You got to call on every single one of them except for the big one,
Yeah.
which is to be
Yeah.
expected. But
Now the other ones, were they mix, or just one of between like CBA, IBCA, outlaw?
yeah,
Were they
so
a
there
mix
was
of the?
there were a mix that we did outlaw, CBA, IBCA, or not IBCA, Lone Star. Sorry.
Lone Star.
And that was it. Those were the three main ones we hit this year. And then, of course, the KCBS, the big one, in October. But yeah, it was mainly a mixture. I like to kind of do a mixture of it just to kind of see where our recipes are at.
Mm-hmm.
Mainly to see what the judges like, according to our rubs and sauces. But definitely do like doing a mixture. Like to kind of stay close to home, but I love to travel.
Yeah.
So that's where you can meet some great people traveling. Houston, West Texas, East Texas. One day we may go up to Northeast. That may be.
I know a couple guys. I know a couple guys. But all right, the big one. My understanding what you guys had told me, y'all would talk about it in the past. One of these years, let's plan it and let's go hit the Royal. And obviously this year turned out how it is. And you and Junior said, really said, fuck it. When it came right down to it, fuck it. Let's do it. In memory of Dad, let's go to the Royal. And that's what you did.
Yep.
How was it?
It was a blast. I had a great time. There were some days I think we all kind of got mad at each other, which is typical. Because like I told him, and I told him on the podcast, we can't. Next year is got to be guys only. Because to me, that's what he would honestly want. And I've told Junior this. The best time he ever had was when it was just us guys. Hanging out. But yeah, definitely it was a blast. Did meet some cool teams out there. But there's a lot to do. And showing up Thursday night, Thursday afternoon. My goodness, I'd recommend people, if you're going to do it, show up Wednesday, because there's a lot of teams to see. Get you some good walking shoes.
Oh yeah.
So
now, how Junior had messaged me a bunch of times about it once you guys were signed up. Yep. And picking my brain. I'm like, Junior, I'm no goddamn expert. I go, at the time, I only had 2 KCBS Master Series under my belt. But obviously, talking to everybody and all my buddies around who do it on a regular, you got the feel of it. So how was your first experience with, the KCBS rules and, the half-in, turn-in times? And
for me, I like the turn-in times because, it's back to back to back to back. You don't have a chance to kind of really kind of sit and ponder things. You just have to, as soon as that box is leaving, you're focused on the next meet. So we had the mind of Junior and Mason were going to turn in things, and me and our friend Ed was going to do the boxes. So Ed was going to be our photographer, and he was going to be the guy kind of saying, okay, this is what I'd like to move, put it here, put it there. Kind of that visual guy, right? So that's when they left. Me and Ed were coming up with, this is what we need to do for the ribs. So this is what we need for pork, for the brisket. So we're kind of working in teams like that way. So definitely do like the turn-ins and everything. Definitely will do another KCBS regardless of that one outcome. But hey, it is what it is.
Absolutely.
Do like the turn-ins.
Yeah. And like I said, when I was talking to Junior, he's like, what are some of the tips? I go, first tip, who's running boxes? Yeah. He goes, oh, probably me and Mason, or, definitely me anyway. I go, first thing you do, you get there and you get your site set up, how you guys want it, because how you typically do it might not work, and how the layouts were configured there, and, get that set up. Once you're set up, figure out where turn-ins are and time yourself. Time a walk to from your spot to wherever turn-ins is. Because you need to remember on that one in particular, you're at a NASCAR racetrack.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't exactly know the distance of Kansas Motor Speedway, but I'm gonna say it's at least a mile and a half round, if not
Oh, yeah.
bigger.
Yeah.
So you might have a little bit of a more than a 3 or 4 minute walk to turn in. And then you remember you need to walk back too to get the next box. So which was good that
Yep.
Junior was taking one box, then Mason was there for the next box, and cross the
Well,
path. But
that's what the plan was.
okay,
Now the day of, Junior was like, no, because Mason looked nervous, and he's like, I don't know, too much pressure. I don't want to mess something up. I'm like, you're just turning in the boxes. So Junior was like, I'll do it. But both of them walked both there and back. But we had time just a casual walk there. A good thing for us is we did beans on Saturday, so we had something to kind of go off of on
mm-hmm.
Saturday, turning wise. But I told him, yeah, we need to time it, so that way I know when the box needs to leave by. If we want it, at 12 o'clock and 10-minute walk, then I know at 11:50 that box has to be leaving. So that kind of gives me a good estimate of how much time I've got.
Yeah,
You know, so yeah, we kind of planned everything out, and then I went over everything 3 or 4 times in my head Saturday trying to figure things out. But yeah, definitely. The only thing I didn't like was our campsite. It was probably too small for us,
mm-hmm.
but money wise, that was the best fit for us. But next year we're gonna get a bigger one.
Yeah,
Uh, talking with a couple people, trying to get a huge spot set up for us. So looking forward to next year and having a better time.
oh hell yeah. But that first experience down there's got to be wild. So you made all the turn-ins. Do you want to talk about it?
Yep. So we made all
Okay.
4 turn-ins. We were walking back, and I had already missed the call. But we're walking back from brisket turn in because we all turned in brisket together. And then Mason was like, "No, I really want a pin." So we found out where the pins were. So as we're walking to get the pin, um, I was like, "Let me go ahead and check this voicemail." So I checked the voicemail, and it's the head judge there saying, "Hey, sorry, we had to disqualify you from chicken because you left the paper down at the bottom of the chicken box," which turned out to be probably the best chicken I've cooked to date.
Oh,
It
really?
looked really good, tasted really good. But it was one of those things that we did it, I think on Thursday or Friday. Um, and it was the very first box we did was the chicken. And me and Ed were like, hey, I told Ed put in the napkin on top. He's like, no, put it on the bottom. We'll just take it out, the day of. And we completely forgot about it because we were like, and then as soon as we heard the voicemail, we both looked at each other and he's like, yep, paper towel.
Paper towel.
But it's one of those
Hey,
things that it was bound to happen. We were going to get DQ'd in something. So,
yeah.
no big deal.
It is what it is. Great learning experience. Now, I know we haven't had a chance to talk about this, but were you guys affected at all with the whole scoring fiasco?
Oh, scoring? No.
No, you guys did. If you did change, it was
If we did,
slightly,
it would
if at
maybe
all.
yeah. I think maybe the ribs we dropped like 1 or 2 spots maybe.
Hmm.
Um, but I mean our overall score we were still at the bottom. Um, we weren't dead last in there, but I think we were dead last according to all the teams that turned everything in. That at least got one DQ.
Yeah.
But yeah, the scoring wise, we weren't really affected by it. At least I didn't really see much. But that day of, I can tell you this: me and Junior looked at each other and said, "Something's gonna mess up. Something's wrong." And we both looked at the same time. We both said, "You know what? The best thing for them is to let everyone go and do it tomorrow, or do it on
Yeah.
Facebook and be done with it. Just say, hey, we gotta recheck everything just to make sure." But something is bound to happen when we're sitting there waiting and waiting and waiting and not getting anything. So
Yeah. And that, like I said, that scoring issue that has stirred the pot quite a bit. And
yeah,
because obviously there's always somebody that's going to have an issue with judging and an issue with scoring. Like I said, I'm still I go, folks, I'm past it. Okay. I just keep hopping on it because at this point it's entertainment and everybody gets a chuckle on it with my last competition with my chicken. You know, believe me, I strongly do believe that it was not a 39th place chicken. No way in hell.
yeah,
But, you know, um, it's funny to hear me rant about it and bitch and cry.
yeah,
So that's
and,
why I'm
and
still doing it.
yeah, and people sometimes they don't understand that even if you have certified judges
Yeah.
and you can look at it and say, okay, well, these young people may like spicy things. Not everybody's gonna like spicy. Not everyone's gonna like sweet. It's 9 out of 10 times it's a crapshoot. You never know if they're gonna like it, if they're gonna hate it. I've seen people, you know, who come down there here in Texas and they're killing it everywhere, and all of a sudden they get that one table that just hates their score, and they're like, I don't know what happened.
Mm.
So I mean, it happens.
Yeah.
But with that one, the way I look at it is, it's not if the mistake happens, it's how that organization handles that mistake.
Hmm.
Uh, and if you come out and just say, "Oh well, it happens," this and that, or if another one comes out, "Oh, this one didn't happen because of that," we don't want to see that. We just want to see how you're going to handle it. Are you going to be professional? Are you going to say, "Hey, this is what happened. This is what we're doing to rectify it."
Hmm.
As long as you're doing that, I'm happy with it. I did suck for those teams that won and had to get their
Yeah.
trophies back. The ones that missed out on everything, because you don't get that back. Um,
No, and what I did hear, and I was very happy to hear, is a lot of other events.
yeah,
Of being someone who wins the Royal. Obviously you get to the Jack. You get a bid to a spot at Houston. You know, they gave them both the Jack and Houston.
yeah,
So that nobody, yeah, okay, you won. You were going to you're holding up the trophy. You were wearing the crown and the cape. And yeah, you got the Jack
yeah,
coming. You got Houston coming. And you got 24 hours later, whew,
yeah,
you didn't win. But for the, Houston and the Jack to go, yeah, both of
yeah.
you
You
boys come on
definitely
down.
would. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was cool to see for both of them to do that. Because yeah, that's definitely for everyone that gets into competitions, and your ultimate goal when you do a competition and you start getting serious into it is you want to go to the Royal, or you want to go to the Jack, you want to do Houston, or San Antonio Rodeo, or whatever it is.
Hmm.
You want to do those big ones. Um, so definitely for them to do that, to give them that opportunity, whether they've done it or not, I don't know. But if it's their first time to do it, under those circumstances, it's a win-win for both of them, because it makes them look, you know, good, and then that situation, it just makes them say, hey, you know what? No matter what, come on, you know.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And it was just a very strange situation because they've been doing this 38 years, and you never really have heard of anything, or at least anything at this magnitude or at the level of the Royal.
Yep.
You're going from a regular contest of somewhere between 25 to 50 teams to well over 500 teams.
Yeah.
And it's gone off each year without a hitch. And then to have this, and then unfortunately, a few weeks later, or a few weeks ago, I believe more so, they had another scoring issue in Atlanta for I think it was the Atlanta barbecue store, their big event down there. Same thing. There was a glitch and all the scores were jacked up and they cut it off right off the bat. The guy goes, listen, we got an issue. We got to figure this out. There will be no awards tonight. We're sorry, and we're going to get to the bottom of this as fast as we can. So that was two deals in that small period of time of the scoring issues with the KCBS, which is very unfortunate, because they've been a mainstay. I think it's brought up a lot of topics of change, or at least a conversation to be had with Cape CBS and the board and all that of making some changes of the ways they do things. I know, I was talking with Fred Robles of the CBA, and even a couple weeks before that, Dennis Buttersworth of IBCA, and they have the software now, that they use. You can connect your own device. They set up a network at the event, so you don't need Wi-Fi. Everyone signs on to the one network, and you literally do your scores from the device, whether it's your own or one that's provided to you. That could be a thing for KCBS to look into. Obviously, something like the Royal. That's a lot of devices, if you're providing the devices. Would a network be able to hold that much for, to score all 500 plus teams? Who knows? That's well above my pay grade. I'm lucky I can get this recorded. Okay, we already saw the first couple glitches a few weeks ago just to get the audio off. And that's not on the world stage.
Yep.
But
and I know for the ones here in Texas, none of them are perfect.
No,
I think most of the ones they'll tell you, we're not perfect. We're trying to look out for the cookers, and that's at the end of it. The cookers, we just want the organizations to look at what's best for our interests, and what's good for us. And when it comes to those mistakes, how you're going to justify it, and are you going to take those issues and make them better, make that scoring system better. And that's what I've seen personally with CBA is Fred and them are always constantly trying to make updates to make it easier for us to understand. Trying to eliminate all those scoring, the same scores. Sometimes you'll see 108, 580s there at the Royal. So trying to eliminate those as much. I mean, it's hard to tell, hey, where are we at? If 10 teams have 180, it's basically we have to get double lucky, as we were told by Rob Rocha. You got to get double lucky. We never realized it until we started hearing Saturday night the awards, and we heard with another perfect score. Like, now we see what he's talking about. You got to get double lucky.
Oh yeah, the top 5 in the category is perfect 180s.
Yeah,
Well, what the fuck?
yeah,
It's like, holy shit. You're literally splitting hairs and whatever the tiebreakers and the tiebreakers, and how far you got to go back on some of them to get the actual placing right. So I really can't say anything negative about how KCBS handled it. Um, I didn't like all the answers I heard. I didn't agree with, but once again, who the hell am I? It's just I'm another cooker out there with an opinion. But at the end of the day,
yeah,
but I think they handled it the best they could under the circumstances. It was something that they never stumbled upon before, and at the end of the day, they got it right.
yeah,
It did stink. You didn't get that call. You didn't hear your name in front of all your peers
yeah,
and grand champion. You didn't get that. You didn't get the walk. You didn't get the photo op. However, if they
yeah,
do something somewhere down the line, so you do get the photo op and all that. But, you know,
yeah. Like I know the team that won it, they did it at one cook off. They met him and gave him, all the things that the winners did, but he still missed out on hearing his name called. Like you said, in front of 500 plus teams,
yeah.
thousands of people there. And missed that opportunity for all his friends, barbecue family to congratulate him as they walk to the stage. You know, but
Yeah.
it is what it is. Hopefully next year there's nothing that happens and we can, you know, get
Oh,
back to
yeah.
cooking.
I got a feeling that they're going to go through everything with a fine tooth comb
Yep.
well before load in day for the
Yeah.
Royal. They're going to make
Nothing
sure
happens.
nothing happens. This is going to be 2024 is probably going to be the smoothest run American Royal of all time.
Oh yeah, I
And
could see that.
yeah, but yeah, that was the Royal. You guys enjoyed it. You did it in honor of Dad, and that was fantastic. You're ready to go back for next year, so you dug the KCBS format.
Yep.
So that was good. The regular year of competitions. So let's catch up right now on damn, that's good with Big Salinas. What is the latest happenings with the podcast, brother?
We're still doing it. It's just trying to work out our busy schedules, and we're trying to reformat it. I would say,
Okay.
kind of tweak some things to make it better, make it smoother, attract more listeners. Um, because that's something we were kind of looking at, especially Junior was kind of looking at saying, hey, how can we reformat everything to make it better so that we're talking about barbecue from the beginning all the way to the end, especially with our sports sections. Sports
Mhm.
sections will kind of dive into like sports, but also talking about sports and cooking in the backyard with guests and stuff like that. Um, it's just trying to work out our schedule first to kind of nail a set date that we can do
Yeah.
every day of the week. That way we can say, okay, this is the day we got. Now we can bring some people in. But
Oh.
definitely, we're still doing it. We're just trying to make it better.
Oh yeah. Like I said, I love it. I listen to it every day. Every day it drops. I'm listening to it on the road that day, and you guys know and you guys know when I'm listening to it because the messages start flying.
Yeah.
And it's like, I catch Junior half the time going, "What the hell are you talking about?" I go, "Oh, I'm listening to the
Yeah, because
show,
you
and I'm
forgot.
at about 23 minutes in, and you made this comment about this, and my opinion is, but we have a good time with it. But yeah, it's interesting though. There's that damn fly, son of a bitch. Um, the getting the schedule to jive. Because it's your work schedule, it's Junior's work, and the family schedule. Every so many missing moving pieces. Hell, since I started doing it from here at the house, it's been a pain in the ass trying to figure out the schedule, and it's like it should be. It's like, oh, the schedule will be a little bit easier. And, I still want to get this. And that was the thing, trying to get the same feel and everything going, but you still need that same day every week, that same time every week. And, from being at studios that 5:00 on a Tuesday, it worked because that was the slot I had at the studio. I had the last slot of the day. But it was also 4:00 your time. It was 3:00 in El Paso. It was 2:00 on the West Coast.
Yep.
And so then doing it from here, it's like, okay, now I got to look who's on that night. Because I'd have to come home. So it's not, I won't be at 5:00. It'll be later once I get home. And then it was like, okay, do I keep it on Tuesdays? Tough. Yep. I got Greg Rempe on at 9:00. That's his slot. Okay, what about Wednesdays? Rob Arosha with the So Smoking Gooder show is at 9:00. Okay, I'm not going to step on either one of my friends' toes on that. Thursday, Clarence Joseph. It's like, okay, what about Friday? Weekend. Beginning of the weekend. Tough day. People taking off for the weekend. And I'm like, okay. Monday. Okay. We could make Monday work. So 8:00 on Monday. My friend Randy, also, he goes live on YouTube at like 9:00. So we've been, playing a little bit, not to run too far over, to interrupt his stuff. And he's been bumping it up, starting it a little later on his end, which has been great. But then it's like, oh shit. Now I'm looking at it on the Mondays. It's like, damn, the timing of it. Because now I got the rush from the damn Christmas rush starting at Thanksgiving. Yep. It's like, okay, I'm already got to record episodes just to put them out on Monday. I can't even do it on Monday. Like I said, it's 5 minutes of 10 East Coast time on Saturday night right now. Yep. Come for the show that's coming out on Monday. And then of course I run into, Christmas Day is a Monday now. New Year's Day is a Monday. It's like, damn it. I go, I just need to get to the New Year so nothing happens on freaking Mondays.
Yep.
It's
like, hard. Oh. It's hard to find the right day. Especially if you're going live, it's real hard to get that consistent schedule. I think that's where it kind of works out for us sometimes, is because we don't go live. We can just edit it and post it later. But for sure, it's trying to work out our schedules, and sometimes he's too busy, and sometimes I'm too busy.
Oh yeah.
And it's one of those things that just can't do it. So, but for sure, we will be back.
But yeah, like I said, you guys are doing great with it. I really enjoy it. Now it's pretty much bi-weekly, right? Every 2 weeks, you guys try to shoot before.
Yeah, we try to do it every 2 weeks. Just so that way it gives everyone enough time to kind of listen to it. And like we've told you before, and we say it on the show, we just shoot from the hip on it.
Oh yeah,
we don't like to kind of go into, okay, this is what we're going to talk about. We just kind of see now. We may come up with a topic here and there every now and then, but we shoot from the hip. Because I think there's a lot of barbecue podcasts out there right now, and you just have to try to be different, try to be yourself, and come up with a different topic that maybe someone's not talking about, or interview someone else that someone didn't see in the past. That you caught. We've interviewed some people that you've interviewed now on your podcast. So we're just
Well,
kind of
yeah,
helping each other out that way.
yeah, well, for sure, and I've had guys that I found out about like Dave from Still There Shine Sauce. I didn't know. I've never heard of him till you had him on, and the first thing I did, I go, dude, I need to talk to this. I need to talk to Dave. That was a hell of an interview. And that's how a lot of it works. It's that, especially in this genre, with the podcasts, there are a bunch of them now, and they're really coming now, and they're coming with some, the heavy hitters.
Oh yeah.
Obviously you got, Greg Rempe, obviously he's the godfather, but now, Malcolm has his the past 5-6 years. Heath Riles just started. Darren Worth has been going about 6 months now. We got some, big names kicking up the podcast. It's like, okay, well, got to step up this game figure out a way to step this game up somehow. Shit, I've been toying with the fact of maybe doing 2 a week. Okay. Doing the Mondays of barbecue. And then doing another one of other topics that you talk around the pit. You know what I mean? Like I had a couple of my buddies earlier with the Christmas podcast.
Yeah.
Ken and Todd. Not necessarily barbecue related, but most of my December episodes aren't.
Yeah.
But the one thing I didn't want to do is sit here and do another. Here's the top 10 holiday gifts, for 2023. Everybody does it. I've done it the past 4 years. Yeah. It's like, it's the same list. You need gloves. You need a thermometer, a cookbook, charcoal. It's a great gift. But I've been toying around with that, or maybe even a second one a week, start, short little, something, but, different topics, because I got a bunch of guys who have, different shows of their own, and it would be an interesting thing. There's one of my buddies has a show on mafia, on, the history of organized crime, things like that. There's some music ones, and then never know, start showing some emails to some of these celebrities, and you never know. One of them might say, hell yeah, I'll come and talk to you, but I've been toying with that. But hey, let me just get the one show a week on my own from
one
here
show down and then go from there.
Down pat, and then we'll talk about jumping to the second one. But yeah, man, like I said, you guys are doing great with it. I love it. Keep it up.
Appreciate it.
And yeah, like I said, any questions or whatever, ideas, you need someone to bounce them off. Like I said, I'm no goddamn professional, but I've learned a thing or two from doing this, and believe me, I'm learning now. Pushing this button over here and this one over here, and making sure I'm centered, and a light here, light here, light here, light here. Make sure the microphone works.
Yeah.
Crazy shit. But brother, thank you so much for stepping in, getting an episode with me done. It's been too long, and we'll do another one shoot for maybe the spring. We'll get Junior on and let the boy. Oh, where would I be amiss? One last question. How about them Cowboys?
Oh man, we're going Super Bowl, baby.
There it is.
Yeah, definitely. We're on the road though.
Having a nice season. Nice season, that's for sure.
So, we'll see what we can do. Coming down this, we got a tough stretch right now.
Yeah.
With the Bills this weekend, and then Miami coming up. So I mean, if they can get into the playoffs healthy, I think they can compete. Now, if we have to go up against the 49ers, that's going to be a tough one.
Mm-hmm.
You know, 49ers are just right now, when they're healthy, they're kicking everyone. But
you know, and like I said, hey, not everybody can be the New England Patriots.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We're back to the old days now, baby.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you wanted season tickets for the New England Patriots, this is when you sign up for them.
Oh yeah.
Not when it was before, not when the years I had them, because I had them for like 10 or 12 years during the heyday. I started with the 2001 Super Bowl and, you know, went for 10 or 12 years with them. And it was a hell of a run, boys. But, you know, I'm hearing the rumblings. You know, this is the last year with Belichick as the head coach. And, you know, okay, fine. But that's just the head coach. He's also the general manager. He's also the assistant general manager. He's also 800 other titles he may put in his contract for it, too. So Bill Belichick might not be coaching the Patriots, but he will be running the Patriots in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
But, and like I said it when they drafted him. Do not expect anything out of Mac Jones, because the last quarterback who did anything in the NFL that came out of Alabama was Joe Namath. Yep. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I could be mistaken, but I think Ken Stabler was there too, and he came out after Namath, you know, and had a nice career in the NFL. But even Joe Namath, okay? Joe Namath is kind of the name. If you look at his numbers, Joe Namath is, I guarantee. Super Bowl III, I guarantee comment. That's Joe Namath. I think he actually has more interceptions thrown than he does touchdowns.
Yeah.
But
it's like people make fun of Troy Aikman and say, well, Troy Aikman's numbers weren't Hall of Fame worthy. Like, yeah, his numbers weren't Hall of Fame worthy, but you have to look at his body of work and what he did with that team. Because everyone on that team will tell you they all had their own mindset of what they wanted to do, but they needed someone to put it together, and that was Troy Aikman. So,
and he still got 3 rings.
Yeah, still got 3.
That says a lot when it comes to the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, the Cowboys are having a good season. I'm happy for you boys. Oh, Jesus Christ. Congratulations, Texas Rangers, world champions.
Finally got that one out of there.
Hell yeah.
Okay, yeah. Junior tell you he cried. I was happy for it. We were ecstatic for it. So hopefully we can have some more good ones come out. I think they'll have a good team next year. For sure. You know, if you listen to the podcast, we didn't think they were going to do it. We thought they were going to choke at some point, but when they got in the playoffs, we're like, wait a minute, this ain't the same Ranger teams in the past where they come up short like the Cowboys. But they just need some pitching.
Yeah, and like I said, not everybody can be the Boston Red Sox. Never mind on that one either. Okay, then. I still got the Bruins, all right, and the Celtics.
Yeah.
But
hey, it could be worse. You could be a Florida State fan and get left out of the college football playoffs.
Yes. they got to do something about that system. I think. What are they up
next
to on
year's
the
going to
playoff?
Texas.
This is the last year. They're expanding it next year, right? 16 teams,
Yep.
I think.
12.
12. But yeah, it makes no sense. You know, I've seen the memes, and you know, it was, you know, Michigan. You know, we went this and we went. Oh, we went undefeated. We went undefeated. We won our divisions. And then it has a picture of Saban. He goes, I paid a lot of goddamn money to get here. Paid a lot of damn money for my spot.
Yeah,
and it's like,
I mean, I think next year may be a little bit worse because you'll probably have 3 or 4 SEC teams get in.
yeah,
So, but hey, we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
that's it, brother. But Randy, thank you, brother. I appreciate you. It's been too long, but it was great catching up with you. Like I said, you're a friend, you're a brother. I love you. Anything I can do to help out, any question, and you know, anything, you know, I'm a message away, I'm a phone call away. You need me for anything other than barbecue, I'm a message and a phone call away, brother. And that goes for Junior too, who's listening at this point. The little Christmas party. Do you think he's wearing one of them ugly sweaters?
No. I know my brother. He better not be wearing that. I'll make fun of him.
But like I said, brother, thank you. Where can everybody find everything Big Salinas on social media, websites, all that good stuff?
So we are Big Salinas Barbecue on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, the new X, whatever it is. But I never post there, so you don't really have to follow us there. But I do recommend following us on Instagram and Facebook. That's where I post a lot. And then, of course, you know, check out BigSalinsBarbecue.com for any of our award-winning sauces and rubs. Hey, give it a try once, twice, because you never know. You just may get hooked.
That's right. Big flavor, Big Salinas.
Big Salinas, yep. Got that right.
You know it, brother. Cheers, brother.
Cheers.
But thanks, Randy. Hang on one second. Folks, thank you all. We're back to the barbecue talk. We've had some fun the past couple weeks with my buddies in the Christmas and the Christmas movies and music and the holiday festiveness. But getting back down to the basics. Like we said earlier, next week, not 100% of what we're gonna do. We might catch something during the week to come out on Christmas Day. If you guys want, shoot me a message or post something on some of the on my Facebook pages of if there is maybe another day I could drop something, or like I said, just figure out a day, post on there what day we're gonna do it, and just have basically a Christmas open house. Hit live broadcast, throw the link in there, and let it fly, and we'll see what happens. But until next week, folks, keep the smoke rolling.